Now this is going to be page 19, and you're going to be introduced to a dot. You know, a lot of people have a little problem with the dot. And what happens here, instead of following what you've done so far, you're going to use what you've learned so far, the difference between quarter notes, eighth notes, and sixteenths. But a rule comes into view here. We have a dotted note. Okay, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this one particular page. I'm going to take whatever it takes to explain it to you. And as we progress into the other pages, you will come across more dots. And as we come across the dots, just so that you do understand the dot, I will stop and re-explain every time I come across a dot to reinforce your ability to understand it. Now, the rules. We know that a quarter note is equal to 2 eighth notes, an eighth note is equal to 16ths, a whole note is equal to 4 eighth notes, quarter notes, excuse me. So we know all this, and we're putting it to use up to page 18. Now, you're being introduced again, not again, now to a dot. And you have to follow some rules. What is the rules? What does a dot do to a note? It's very simple. A dot increases the value. If you have a quarter note, just a plain quarter note, you know that that's equal to 2 eighth notes, 1 and, or 4 sixteenths, or 30 seconds. So we're just going to stay with the eighth notes. It's equal to 2 eighth notes. That's equal to 1/4. Now a dot increases the value, so therefore it's going to equal more than 2 eighth notes. Well, how does it increase it? How much? Okay, it increases it by 1/2 the original value. And quarter note is equal to 2 eighth notes, 1 and. That's my original value. So I'm going to take half of that and add it to the dot. So I'm going to have 1 and 2. Okay, I just put an additional note on the end of the dot. Example, if I have a dotted quarter note, it's equal to 3 eighth notes, 1 and 2. What comes next is the and. So if I have a dotted quarter note and an eighth note, and a dotted quarter note and an eighth note, it will be played like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This is not easy to explain. You're going to find, okay, that's a definition, good, all right, let's go on. Like I said, as we come across a dot, I'm going to explain each note. First line, first measure, you have a dotted quarter note on the count of 3. I'm going to play 1, beat 1, which is equal to 2 eighth notes. I'm going to count this particular measure in eighth note count. 1 and. That took care of the value. The next note is a quarter note again. 2 and takes care of the value. Now we have a dotted quarter note that's going to equal 3 eighth notes. So we're going to go on 3 and 4. Now we have the and. If I play the first line, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, I made up the value of 4 times. Play it again, nice and slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. With the metronome, at 60. Here we go. That's my quarter note. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean 4 beats to the measure. 1, 2, 3, eighth note count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. First measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, that repeats itself again. So I'm going to play the first 2 measures. And this time, I'm going to go, instead of eighth note count, I'm going to go to 16th note count. I'm going to have 1 E and, that's my downbeat. I got to slow that down for you. It's going to be 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E 4 E, and again 1 E, and 2 E, and 3 E, and 4 E, and. Okay, here are the first two measures. Now, the third measure and the fourth measure. The third measure is something you already know, so I'm putting it there so you could. I'm mixing it up for you so you could use your past experiences with the reading and see how well you're doing. Third measure, 16th note count. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and That's three measures. The fourth measure, the fourth measure, a dotted quarter note, eighth note. Dotted quarter note, eighth note. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do this eighth note count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right. Now 16th note count, the same measure. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now we're going to do first line at 60. Here's my downbeat. That's 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. Now, if there's any problems with that, you just want to follow the rules. You'll never go wrong. A dot placed after a note increases the value of that note by 1/2 the original value. Simple. Okay, onward to line 2. Again now, you were introduced the last video to a 16th note rest. Now we have a combination here of a 16th note rest, and we also have a dotted note. So let's take the first two downbeats, 1 E and 2 E. Now, the first, line 2, the first measure you have a 16th note rest. And that's going to be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and again, the dot, 16th notes, 8th note, 16th note rest. Follow rules, you'll never go wrong. Let's do the second line again, first measure. This time, just the first measure with the metronome. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. Again, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. Now we go to the second measure, and again, it's just a mixture of things you already know, but they're in different places. So you got to kind of put it together. Second measure. Here we go. 1 E, play, E. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and Very simple. Third measure. 8th notes, 8th note rest, and 16th notes. And 16th note count. 1 E, play. 1 E and 8th note rest, 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and last measure. 16th note rest, 8th note rest, and then a 16th note rest. Oh boy, what are we going to do here? Follow the rules. Last measure, 16th note rest. I'm going to play the first downbeat. 1 E and now we're going to go to 2 E and 2 E, 8th note rest, and Then again, a 16th note rest. 3 E and 2 16ths and an 8th note rest. 4 E and I'm going to play the measure slow. Line 2, last measure. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and okay. Third line. Again, the first two measures, something that you've already had, they're just in different places. You need to follow the rules again. I keep emphasizing that because that's all that's going to be presented. We're not taking any musical phrases. We're just understanding the mathematics, the mechanics of how to read. Line 3, 16th note count. First measure. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E. Second measure. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N, Okay, third measure, eighth note, 2/16, a grouping of 4/16, and here you go again, the dot. Okay, third measure, line 3. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N. Again, nice and slow. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N. Last measure, line 3. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N. Follow the rules, you never go wrong. The dot, placed after a note, increases the value of that note by 1/2 the original value. All right, line 4, first measure, we have a dotted quarter note again. However, we're going to complete the downbeat of 2 with 2/16. Here we go. Line 4, first measure. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N. The dot increases the value by 1/2 the original value. Line 4 again, the first measure. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N. So what I did is I repeated that measure 3 times so you get the feel and the better understanding. So I'm going to take line 4 again and I'm going to play the whole line. The last measure is something you should already know by now. The mixture of quarter notes, eighth note rest, and eighth notes and 16ths. So here we go. Line 4 without a metronome. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N, 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N, 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N, 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N, Now from this point on, there's nothing new, it's just different combinations of things that you've learned so far. Again, you take line 5, the first measure, well, it's the same as line 1, the first measure. And the different other combinations that you're going to see here are just different mixtures. The only thing I would see is not an odd grouping, but a different way of writing would be on the last line, third measure. Okay, what I did is I didn't separate the eighth notes, I made a grouping of 3. It's not a triplet. The next lesson after this, we're going to be getting into triplets. It's just a grouping of straight 3 eighth notes. I'm going to play the last measure, line 8. Slowly. 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4, E, N, 1, E, N, 2, E, N, 3, E, N, 4 E, and the 1 E, and the dot E, and the 3 E, and the 4 E. And that was the measure I was talking about, where I didn't separate the last 3 eighth notes, make it 1 eighth note and 2 eighth notes. I put them together, not to confuse you, but to make you understand the rule much better in a different way. Third measure, last line, again, 1 E, and the 2 E, and the 3 E, and the 4 E, and 1 E, and the 2 E, and the 3 E, and the 4 E, and. Now, I'm not going to play any more of this. I expect a lot of different, some feedback, some additional help. If I get enough feedback on certain things, I will make a video, again, of whatever it is that is bothering you, or you're not certain of. So that we're going to leave alone, page 19. And then we're going to get to page 20 in the next video. Now, it's just page 20. If you turn to page 20, all it is just more variations of what you learned so far. However, something new is coming. On the third line, you've never seen a figure like that. A 16th note, an 8th note, and a 16th note separated like that. What does that mean? Well, the next video we're going to get into that into depth. Okay? So I hope this has helped you. Thank you very much.